So sometimes we get trickier problems where we're trying to combine rates together and figure out how long, for instance, it might take to do something if you get two people doing it instead of one. So if we look at this example, we've got Sparky and Spencer are working as cleaners at the chateau for a summer job. They usually take turns cleaning the rooms in the chateau. Sparky can clean all the rooms in 5 hours. So let's write this. Sparky can clean all rooms in 5 hours. And Spencer can clean all the rooms in 4 hours. So if they both work together at the same time instead of one of them only, how long will it take them to clean all the rooms? So we're basically saying here, Sparky is done cleaning, so he can get the whole thing done, all done in 5 hours. So all we might want to just write in a simpler way to say he's cleaned one chateau in 5 hours. So he can do one chateau in 5 hours, and Spencer can do one chateau in 4 hours. So that's chateau per hour. And this is again chateau per hour. So Sparky has a rate of 1/5 or 0.2 chateaus per hour, and Spencer's rate is 0.25 chateaus per hour. If they're working together, what's the total combined rate? So once you find the individual rates, so the first step here, find the individuals. Our second step is going to be combined. So we've got 1/5 for Sparky, and we have 1/4. So if they're both working together, this is going to be our combined rate. And so thinking about fractions, when we add them, we have to have a common denominator. So this side I need to times by 4/4, and this side I need to times by 5/5. So I'm going to get 4/20 plus 5/20, which I can write like this, which is going to get me 7/20. And if I write that as a decimal, I've got something wrong here. 4 plus 5 is 9. Sorry for those of you that noticed it before I did. But yes, 4 plus 5 is going to be 9, so it's 9/20, and as a decimal that gets me 0.45. So that's, together, they can clean 0.45 chateaus per hour. So then I need to know, well, how long does it take them to clean one chateau? So if we think about what we've been doing with rates, my question is, how long for one chateau? And this is, of course, time. So I need to write a rate where I've got time on the top. So if we think about this as chateaus per hour, that's also thinking about 0.45 chateau per 1 hour. So if I want to know how long it takes to clean one chateau, I'm going to write that the other way around. 1/0.45 hour per chateau. And if I do this division, I'm going to get 2.22 reoccurring hours. So I guess something that I didn't write here that maybe you'd want to think about to be similar to what we've been doing before. So if that's my rate for cleaning, how long does it take me to do one chateau? So if you times it, the chateaus cancel. 1 divided by 0.45, you get 2.22 reoccurring hours. So roughly 2¼ hours to clean together. So alone Sparky takes 5, and alone Spencer takes 4 hours, but together they can get it done in just about 2 hours and 15 minutes roughly. approximating here. So when you're combining these, again, our first step is going to be find the individual rates for each. The second is going to be add them together. And our step C here, I guess, is find amount per 1. And what happens there is we often use the reciprocal or use the inverse, if you want to think about it that way. But that means basically I'm flipping the fraction upside down. So we want to do this to get units we want on the top, and then times by the number of things we're trying to do. So if, for instance, there was 2 identical chateaus and we wanted to know how long it would take them to clean 2 chateaus together, you would do 1 hour over 0.5 chateaus times 2 chateaus, and you would get the total time it would take them to do both chateaus. So we're still using those ideas from rates, but this is what's going on. Now, if you really want to see kind of a shortcut for this, we had 1 over 5 for Sparky, and we had 1 over 4 for Spencer. And if I add those together, I get 4 plus 5 over 4 times 5. And then if I take my reciprocal, like I did, where I flip it upside down, I get 4 times 5 over 4 plus 5. So, add them together, flip them over, and you'll get your answer for 1. So this is per 1, whatever it is you're trying to do. And if we look at that in terms of algebra, we get 1 over a plus 1 over b, so 2 different rates, whatever they are. If you add them together, you're going to get b plus a over a times b. If you flip that upside down, you're going to get a times b over b plus a. And that will give you your rate per 1 that you're trying to do. So if you're thinking about shortcuts, this might be helpful for you, but it might not. Probably best to understand the whole system here about what we're doing of combining the rates together, adding them together, and then thinking about our unit analysis, making sure that we figure it out as chateau per hour, not hours per chateau, or however it is that we need it to be. So when you want hours, you're going to flip it over. If you just wanted to know the combined rate, you would leave it as that is.